Continuing our look at the 2010 CRL Modified Division season opener, the inaugural Pizza Hut 150 at Irwindale. We begin part two by looking at a former series champ. This is Kennedy Hugh, who qualified 21st for tonight's race. Hugh, the 2001 CRL Modified Division champion. He had a near career-ending crash in 2002 at the Grand Detour race. He's racing for Chicken Soups Racing in the 06 after Jeremiah Brooks stepped aside to run the team on a day-to-day basis. Hugh not running very well so far. He ran around 15 last season at Martinsville in the 06, but finished well down in the order and 2 laps down. Here's CJ Long in a brand new paint scheme for this year that I quite like. He qualified 12th for this race, wants a little bit more. This is lap 81 as he passes Rush McLeod for 9th. Both cars 1 lap down, so Long able to gain a position. CJ, of course, sat on pole for round 12 last season in Edmonton, and like I said in part 1, was just nipped at the line by CJ Cameron in the season finale at Rockingham. Robert Klesel also making the inside line work a few laps later as he laps former race leader John Wainwright in that light blue 00. So Klesel beginning to lap the field almost like Randy Robinson did in the Red Robin Invitational last weekend. Lap 89, troubles for Chris Winter. He's got a bad vibration and he's going to spend quite a while in the pits. Winter in 2009 won 2 poles at British Columbia and Mosport. Looked like he was going to win Mosport, but got caught up in heavy traffic, and Axel Andersson passed him 10 laps from the finish. Now, as Winter pulls into the pits, look at the top right-hand corner of the screen, and you'll see our defending series champ, Alan Musico, come spinning into the cliff. I'll show you how that happened now. Caution 2 on lap 90. Randy Robinson, 4 laps down, gets into Musico, now 2 laps down, and spins him out going into turn 1. Robinson was very apologetic on the radio, while Musico simply told his team, "This weekend sucks." Restart at the end of lap 96, and Tina Lee takes the top 2 to school. That's Klesel in the lead, Brandon Malloy in second, and Lee goes round the outside of Malloy right off the green flag, takes second going into turn 1, and she has a peek to the outside of Klesel for the lead as they hit the back straightaway. You see Larry Dimmick in the yellow 39 following Lee, and he is going to push the 21 past the 63, and Tina Lee is back in the lead here at Irwindale. Klesel won't stay behind Dimmick for very long. Here he is on lap 100, going around the outside of the 39 to take second back. Of course, in part 1, Klesel went round the outside of Dimmick to take the lead. He had that long stretch before the second yellow as Klesel begins to set his sights on getting the lead back from Lee. Let's take a look at another one of our rookies. This is Jason Teller Sr. He is racing for Smiley Motorsports. He qualified 22nd for tonight's race. He's in 9th, 1 lap down. Teller, though, is no ordinary rookie. He is making his debut tonight at 51 years of age. He is from Vancouver, and he was the 1975 Motorbike Racing Association of Canada champ. I don't know when he made the transition to 4 wheels, but he's doing pretty well here right now. Lap 109, Fabrizio Dalla Stella goes around the outside of Jacob Eichholz in that black 07, and Garth Davidson on the inside line. The pass on Davidson is for position. It moves Dalla Stella from 6th to 5th as Davidson was having trouble lapping Eichholz, so Dalla Stella goes ahead and takes care of that. Lap 111 into 112. If you watched part 1, you notice that 94 car. That's Jay Jannerin, who was the dominant car early on. But after the first yellow, everybody came into the pits, and Jannerin was having troubles with power, so he had to swap batteries, and he lost 3 laps. This is him getting put 4 laps down by our leader, Tina Lee. Caution 3 on lap 116. John Wainwright going into turn 1 gets spun out by Sean Percy. Chris Winter clips Wainwright, and Wainwright clips the wall but keeps going. A lap down, and he's falling back in the order. Wainwright's weekend, it goes from superb to sour. Restart at the end of lap 121, and Tina Lee's not going to let anybody snooker her. Look at the jump she gets coming to the green flag, but there's Malloy going round the outside of Dimmick, going into turn 1 for 3rd, and eventually he is going to get by Klesel for 2nd place. So Brandon Malloy's hot debut continues. Lap 124, Fabrizio Dalla Stella. Talk about a hot debut. He had the lead earlier tonight, and he's about to get it back. Watch him blow by Malloy like he's standing still and then hold the high line coming onto the back straightaway. Lee tries to go up the middle, but she has no chance because Dalla Stella is clearly faster, and Fabrizio Dalla Stella goes round the outside of Tina Lee and takes the lead back with just 26 laps remaining in the season opener. And this is about to become a dogfight between these two. Lap 29. Lee gonna try and go to the inside of Dalla Stella for the lead of the back straightaway, but Dalla Stella has the preferred line, and as they come off of turn number 4, the red 56 will hang on to the lead. 19 laps to go now. You're going to see Kaleth go round the outside of Malloy for third as Dalla Stella and Lee continue to battle. Kaleth loving the battle amongst the top two because it means he can get back to the front if they keep battling on. And now with 16 laps to go, Lee tries the inside, but then she does the smart thing. Drives it up to the outside as they hit the back straightaway. And she will go around the outside of Fabrizio Dalla Stella into turn 3. Tina Lee leading the Pizza Hut 150 at Irwindale with 15 laps to go now. But look what they come up on as they go into turn 1. That's Salvatore Provenzano in the other Scuderia Fama. He gets spun out by our pole sitter, Alex Neshberry, but they don't throw the caution flag. Are you kidding me? 3 incidents similar to this bring out the yellow, but this doesn't. As the leaders, the top 3 all go flying by. I am really surprised at that decision. 9 laps to go. Here's Kaleth going around the outside of Dalla Stella, 4-second spot. Can the 63 get to the 21? He has a chance because, as you'll see with 7 laps to go, Lee is having trouble trying to lap John Wainwright. Wainwright will come into play as we get to the finish. And you see Lee running into heavier traffic. Rowland Hayden, CJ Cameron in that. Neshberry, Kennedy Hughes up there. 4 laps to go. Speaking of Kennedy Hugh, Lee gets into the back of Hugh on the front stretch, and Hugh slides down into pit lane. That could have been a tragic accident. Hugh crashes, and he is forced to retire from the race. 2 laps to go now. Kaleth having trouble trying to lap the 00 of John Wainwright. So Dalla Stella goes round the outside of Kaleth and takes second back. What a crazy race this is. 2 laps left, and they're as racy as they were on lap 1. And here's the final lap in its entirety. White flag is out. 1 lap left for Tina Lee. She goes into turn 1 behind Hayden and Cameron. They're not worries. And Dalla Stella laps Wainwright on the outside, but it's too late. Tina Lee will come off turn 4. She'll win the inaugural Pizza Hut 150 at Irwindale. It's her 2nd career CRL Modified Division win to go along with her win at British Columbia last year in round 6. And here's Sean Percy coming off turn 4 to finish 12th, 1 lap down in the final points paying position. So Sean Percy getting his season all started off right. Final caution comes out after the checkered flag. Reed Weber spinning into pit road. Why did that warrant a yellow? I really don't understand that. Bit of a stack up. But Tina Lee is doing burnouts of her own, spins of her own, and they're voluntary. A lot of controversy after this race was over. Scuderia Fama not happy that the officials didn't throw the yellow after the Provenzano incident. Robert Kaleth had a few words for John Wainwright, and Kennedy Hugh was none too pleased with our victor over the incident towards the end of the race. He saluted her with only 1 finger. 1 bonus point to Lee for leading the most laps. Of course, Neshberry gets a bonus point for winning pole, and there is no bonus point for fastest lap. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Here are the top 12 in race results. Lee with a victory. Dalla Stella in 2nd. Kaleth coming home in 3rd place. Brandon Malloy finishing 4th. Larry Dimmick finishing 5th. Garth Davidson, last car on the lead lap, finishing 6th in his debut. First car 1 lap down is CJ Long, so a nice night for Speedy Enterprises, 1st and 7th. Jen Walker finishes 8th. Holden Roberts 9th. Rush McLeod in 10th. Jason Teller Sr. finishing 11th, and of course Percy coming home in 12th. Now, this year there is a bonus award for having the fastest lap of the race as you look at the point standings. The FedEx fastest lap bonus, $10,000 to Fabrizio Dalla Stella, who had the night's fastest lap on 19.053. Now the only difference here in the point standings is Neshmary, of course. He is in 12th spot. He has 1 point along with Percy, but he gets the nod in the tiebreaker because of his pole win tonight. So that does it for round one. Next up, we are heading to the American Desert, the Southwestern Desert. It's the inaugural running of the Arizona Office of Tourism Desert Classic at the Phoenix International Raceway.